Okay, once again, welcome to the world of Nadi astrology. Today, we are going to discuss the significations of planets Rahu and Ketu. These are very important in Nadi. Rahu is mouth of eternal time factor, that means Kala Purusha, death significator. Rahu denotes death. And when it comes to our family persons, so our family members, Rahu is paternal grandfather, Dada, father's father. And you see, Rahu denotes our head, and Rahu is foreign country, foreign related. Suppose when we are talking about simply foreign travel, whether the native has foreign travel or not, we can simply predict, because Rahu is foreign and traveling is moon. Moon plus Rahu, foreign travel. Simply we can predict. And Rahu generally Chandala. Rahu is a planet of fear, smuggling, corruption, and unethical greediness. So these are generally the native will have these bad qualities also if Jupiter is conjoined with Rahu. So Jupiter is the native here, and Rahu is the Karakatva of here, the planet of corruption or unethical or greediness. So the native may be involved in corruption, unethical or smuggling related activities if Jupiter is with Rahu and Saturn. Saturn is profession. Smuggling is also their profession. In their profession, they may be corrupted, whether it is a politician or a government job holder or any other person, even private job holder also. So the native may be corrupted because of Rahu. And Rahu is actually, as we discussed earlier, foreign, and moon is traveling. So Rahu plus moon, foreign travel yoga. And moon is mind, and Rahu is here hallucination and illusion. So our mind will be illusioned or our mind will be hallucinated. So then when our mind is hallucinated, we will not be able to take proper decisions. And moon is moreover mother, and Rahu is here eternal time factor, here death significator. So mother may get untimely death, or Rahu also denotes widowhood, Vaidavya. So that's why if moon is with Rahu, mother may become widow, or mother may have early death, untimely death. And when it comes to death, we have to check Rahu should be in higher degree and moon should be in lower degree. Then mother may get untimely death. So Rahu is a hallucination, Rahu is a thief, and Rahu generally causes accidents or accidents so that the native may die. So here Rahu is death significator. That's why death related words like accidents, operation, surgery, so these are all related to Rahu. And moreover, Rahu is big, Rahu is large, Rahu is multi. So suppose if you take any planet, Rahu generally two things. Generally, when it comes to physically it may attack or it may kill the native or native's relatives. But when it comes to properties, wealth, so name and fame, so it will multiply. Rahu will multiply these things. For example, if you take sun, Rahu generally, Rahu is defect, dosha, and sun is here, fifth house lord in natural Bachakra. In natural Bachakra, from Aries, Leo is the fifth house. So Leo ka Swami kaun hai yaha? So Suraj Bhagwan. So Suraj Bhagwan, here sun. So when Rahu is conjoined with any planet, that planet related house will be here affected. So actually, sun rules which house? Fifth house from Aries, that is Leo. Fifth house generally denotes Putra Santan and about the native's children. So when Rahu is with Sun, there will be no male progeny because Sun is male progeny. So this is called Panchama Dosha. So in the similar way, if Rahu and Sun are together, there will be Panchama Dosha. The native may not have male progeny. At the same time, father may die early. Father will have untimely death. Father will have untimely death. That is because of the combination Rahu plus Sun, untimely death. Moreover, when it comes to other Karakatwas, so Rahu is big, not only Kalapurusha, Rahu is big and large in shape, Rahu is multi-number of. So when it comes to our name and fame popularity, Sun is name and fame. Sun means, Sun denotes name and fame. The native will get name and fame. Suppose if Sun is conjoined with Rahu, then it may be Santana dosha, that is Panchama dosha. But at the same time, when it comes to the native will get big popularity because Sun is popularity, name and fame, and Rahu is big. So that's why if Sun and Rahu are together, the native will get big popularity. But when it comes to particularly our natives relatives, so then what will happen? So the male children, there will be no male children, no male progeny to the native. If at all the native begets male progeny, then there will be danger to them. And there will be danger to father. Father will have untimely death. So this is because of the combination Rahu and Sun. And when it comes to moon is actually mother. So Rahu and moon are together, as we discussed earlier in this session. Moon is mother and moon is here, mother, Rahu is widow. So mother will become widow. Or mother may have untimely death because Rahu is untimely death. So with whatever planet Rahu is conjoined, so the planet related person will die early, untimely death. He will get untimely death. So moon and Rahu here, the combination shows the native's mother will have untimely death or mother will become widow. And when it comes to Rahu is a big and vast, long, and moon is a traveling. That's why the native generally likes long travels, and he will stay long. He will have long stay in foreign country. If Rahu and moon are together, the native will go to other country and he will live long there. So long stay in foreign country is denoted by the combination Rahu and moon. And in the similar way, Mars is there. And Mars is, Mars is courage. Mars is ego. So if Rahu is conjoined with Mars, then what will happen? The native will be more egoistic. Rahu and Mars are together. The native will be more egoistic and more courage. Suppose Rahu is unethical, immoral activities and smuggling, corrupted activities. So that's why if Mars and Rahu are together, the native may involved into unethical and antisocial activities. In the similar way, Rahu is with Mars, Mars is the siblings. So there will be danger to siblings, and siblings may die early, untimely death to siblings. And at the same time, Mars is husband in a female horoscope. That's why if Mars is conjoined with Rahu, so the native's husband will have untimely death. So the female native will become widow. Mars and Rahu, widowhood. So in the similar way, Rahu is, for example, with Mercury. Rahu is multi and Mercury is education. So the native will study multi courses of education. The native will study multi courses of education. So the native will study multi courses of education. And at the same time, Rahu is with Mercury, there will be danger to youngest siblings, like sabse chote bhai and choti bhai. There will be danger to our youngest siblings. So in the similar way, Rahu is with Mercury, Bahu Vidya Yoga. That is a good yoga. Rahu is Bahu and Mercury is education. That is called Bahu Vidya Yoga. So Rahu plus Mercury, Bahu Vidya Yoga. And next, Jupiter. Rahu is with Jupiter. The native may die early, untimely death to the native, but we have to check Rahu is in higher degree or not, and Jupiter is in lower degree, we have to check. And one more thing, when it comes to Jupiter is actually respectable life. So when Rahu is with Jupiter, the native will have respectable life. He will lead respectable life. So like this, Rahu, Jupiter, respectable life. And at the same time, there may be danger to the native. If Rahu is in higher degree, so we have to check. Like that, when it comes to Saturn is karma and Rahu is multi. Saturn and Rahu are together, they will be involved in multitask works. So that's why jack of all trades, but master of none. There is a saying like that. Sometimes Saturn and Rahu are together, they will have knowledge of every subject, but they are not perfect at any particular subject. So that's why they will change the professions frequently, and they may get some breaks in the profession because of Saturn and Rahu. And moreover, Saturn is karma karaka, work governing planet, and Rahu is dwara palaka. Saturn and Rahu are together, generally the native become a dwara palaka, like a security guard, home guard. So like that, they will be paid very low salary. More hard work, low paid salary jobs the native will get if Jupiter and Rahu are together. But at the same time, Mercury or Venus also connected with Jupiter and Mercury, Venus, Rahu and Saturn, then the native will get very good. So he will be in highest position again in any field, whatever field it may. So Jupiter, Rahu are together with Mercury, Venus, then the native will get highest position. Only Saturn and Rahu are together without Jupiter, without any Mercury, Venus, then the native will be only dwara palaka, clerk, and he will be clerk or home guard, security guard. So like that, he will have to lead a life of hand to mouth situation. So like this, Rahu generally multiplies the qualities of the planets with which he is conjoined. At the same time, Rahu causes accidents, death, early death to the native of the planet with which it is conjoined, or the relative of the planet with which Rahu is conjoined. So this is Rahu with other planetary combinations. And we will discuss in detail chapter wise. Actually, we are discussing Karakatvas here. So I tried to generally discuss certain things related to Rahu. Anyhow, Rahu is a death significator, and Rahu is paternal grandfather. Rahu is corruption, a planet of corruption or unethical or greediness. Rahu is a planet of hallucination or illusion. So, like here, Rahu is multi, big, large. When it comes to, for example, Venus, Venus is house, Venus is vehicle. So, Venus plus Rahu are together, the native will have big house, big car. In the similar way, Venus is wife also. Wife comes from big family and rich family, and there will be properties in the name of wife also, because Venus is wife, Venus is money, Venus is properties. So Venus and Rahu are together. So simply what we are doing here, we are combining the Karakatvas of two planets. Moon is traveling, Rahu is foreign traveling. Here Venus is house, Rahu is big, so big house. Venus is vehicle, Rahu is big, so big car. So Venus is wife, Rahu is big background, big family, and big person means here. So when we are saying big, great, big means here, Rahu is great. So that means the people will be great people, like very good family background. The wife will be, wife comes from very big family, good family background and big family background. So like this, Rahu also denotes certain things like a wheel shape, round, and Rahu is vastness. So for example, Rahu is vastness and Moon is water. So Rahu plus Moon is sea, Samudra. So and Moon plus Ketu, that is Ketu is just like you see, Ketu is narrow passage. So that's why that is river. Moon Ketu river, Moon Rahu generally sea and ocean. And Moon, Rahu denotes darkness and smoke, clouds, Muslims, and Rahu denotes the Muslim community and Hindi speaking community and Urdu speaking community and Arabic languages, who speak Arabic languages. So Rahu is Arabic language, Urdu language, Hindi language, and Muslim community. And Rahu is a tower, Rahu is egg-shaped, Rahu is a desolate region like a desert, and Rahu is a desolate space, and Rahu is a wide road. Narrow road is Ketu, wide road is Rahu, and bed is Rahu actually, and clouded vision. So clouded vision, generally you see, when there are clouds in the sky, sun cannot shine and moon cannot shine. So that's why moon will be cloudy. So here Rahu and moon are together, the native will have cloudy vision. So there will be cloudy vision. So they cannot see properly. So that's why moon Rahu, moon sun, generally the native will have eye related problems, and particularly Rahu is a cataract related problem. They will have to undergo surgery. Next, when it comes to Rahu profession, generally Rahu is a detective related professions like CBI, detective agencies, defense, and shared related professions such as photography, TV, cinema hall, computer, software, graphics, printing, publishing, shoemaker, black magician and coolie, these car drivers and drummers, porters, shoe polisher, rag pickers and cycle rickshaw pullers, load man and stone breakers, stone quarry workers, gardeners, building workers, vehicle cleaners, wood cutters and robbers, pickpocketers, thieves, scientists, photographers, actors, gas agents, buying and selling of old articles, radio TV repair, So here there will be combinations, Rahu and Mars should be together, then it will be technical related. So suppose we are talking about cinema, TV and graphics, printing, publishing, then Venus is necessary. Venus, Mars, Rahu, then we can say technology used in cinema, photography and here video shooting. So these are all related to computer, software, animation. These are all come under Rahu professions. So in profession, we will discuss in detail with the combination of other planets with Rahu. Here I have just Rahu related professions, but here not only Rahu is not enough, and we should also have some other other planets also. When it comes to technical, Rahu plus and Mars, then only the native will be technical person in cinema, TV and publication like that. So if it is CBI, for example, Mars is actually police and defense is here. Mars and Rahu, it denotes CBI and defense department. And foreign related, Rahu is foreign planet. And cigarette factory, because cigarette is smoking. Smoke is ruled by Rahu. And wine manufacturer, wine is also alcohol and drugs. These are related to Rahu. And bomb manufacturer, pesticides, poisonous chemicals manufacturer, and prison, witchcraft, smuggling, robbery, vehicle drivers, acting, slavery, cheating, pickpocketing, and chain snatching, corruption, selling and old articles, prostitution, all underground work. These are all related to Rahu. And when it comes to health issues, Rahu is mouth, Rahu is ears, Rahu is lips, Rahu is intestines. So actually Rahu is a big, large intestines. And Rahu is rectum, Rahu is a testicles. So if Rahu is conjoined with enemies like the Saturn and Mars, the native will have these intestinal disorders like a gastric problem. We can add here gastric. So gastric related problem, Rahu, gastric related problem, and intestinal problems, and mouth ulcers, and ulcers in the stomach. So these are all ruled by Rahu. So when it comes to Vasthu, so suppose we are at the main entrance of some office, or we are standing at the main door in our house, somebody is calling. So he will ask only one question like this: sir, my father is in hospital, will he alive or die? So you can simply tell he will die because you are at the main door, you are at the main entrance. Entrance is Rahu. Entrance is Rahu. And suppose you are sitting in your office and your main door is open, and suddenly somebody is sitting in front of you and he is asking you one question: sir, my father is in the hospital, what about his condition? Will he be recovered from his health problem or will he die? So suddenly you see, by the force of a wind or air, whatever it may be, the main door which is opened actually is suddenly closed. Nobody closes. Nobody here did not close the door. The door itself was closed by the air, wind or something. So immediately you can predict that as your father will die. Because main door is Rahu. The main door is here, what happened? Moved. The main door is moved. Nobody closed the main door. It was closed by itself. And like this, toilet, portico, old house, dilapidated house, and old buildings, and broken wooden frames of the door, and a crack in the wall, slopes, over windows or openings, broken articles, damaged things, old articles, scaffolding, dark room, and big hall, sunlight projector, tower, egg shape, desolate. For example, you are in the theater. It was at the time of interval, and somebody called you. You are in the theater. You did not. You did not answer the call. Now you came outside at the interval and you are checking, but you are in the smoke room, for example. You came outside. Generally in the theaters there will be smoke room. So you came outside and you are standing in the smoke room. Somebody is calling, sir, my father is got accident and it's bleeding and we are shifting him to hospital. What is his condition? So you can predict that. So let us leave it to the God, but it is not in our hands. Something bad is going to happen. So you cannot say directly your father will die. So like that, we can give a hint that something is going to happen to his father because you are standing in the smoke room, or you are in a restaurant. So you are in the smoking zone restaurant. You are in the smoking zone room, or you are in the non-smoking zone. Suppose you are in the smoke zone room, then you can predict. If anybody calls, then you can answer, yes, something bad is going to happen. It may be accident or something. Somebody says, sir, I want to go to some place. Can I go now? Can I start? No. On the way, you may meet with accident because smoke room is Rahu. Rahu denotes accidents or death. So there may be danger to your journey. So postpone your journey from to another day. So like that, we can give caution. So when we are in the when we are surrounded by Rahu Karakamas and car shed and umbrella and illusion. Suppose you have umbrella. So in your hand, when somebody has called you, so immediately you will predict only bad things only. Umbrella is there. You are in the car shed. Suppose your car gave some problem and you are in the car shed. You are getting your car repaired. So somebody is calling you. You are in the car shed. So he is asking some questions regarding the health of his parents or his children. So or his journey. So you ask him to postpone his journey because there may be accidents. Because you are in the car shed, which is governed by, car shed is governed by which planet? Rahu. And wheel shape, and here big size copper vessels, iron pans, frying pans, big vessels in the house, circumference of wheel, and playing ground, open and vacant at empty space. So playing ground, vacant place, empty space, these are all wide open space, and rocks of various varieties, tunnels or caves, lots of wood, mosque, graveyard. So smashana, suppose you are in the smashana, so you just in the procession of some deceased person, you reach a smashana and you got a call, then you have to give a negative answer. And torn bed in the house, large and big digs in without any water, and big in size, open terrace and roof, top spread. Suppose you are just walking on the terrace, then somebody has come. So that is Rahu. Open terrace is Rahu. So based on that, you can answer. And top spread of trees and dried wood, rubber, plastic, dried leather, and china rose, and godams. Godam is Rahu. And coffee seed, rope, lot of serpents, gastric troubles, and graveyard, masses, tombs, and bubble tree, wood, sarpaganda, empty, big vessels, blanket, TV, radio set, VCR, here VCP, VCR, computers, curtains, compound wall, and Kalapurusha, here Bhadrakali, snake holes, ant hills, graveyard, tombs, caves, Durga temple, mosque, and Gurudwars. So these are all related to Rahu. And when it comes to enemies, Rahu is actually enemy for sun and moon, because when there are clouds in the sky, clouds are ruled by Rahu. When there are clouds, sun and moon cannot shine. And moreover, sun is here, Atma, Mars is Deha. If Atma and Deha are separated by Rahu, then the GB will die. So this is death cycle, death concept. So that's why here Rahu is enemy to Sun, Mars. And Moon is mind. If your mind is hallucinated by Rahu, then you cannot take positive decisions and proper decisions. So that's why Moon, Mars and Sun are enemy to Rahu. And the last planet now we are going to discuss is here Ketu. Ketu is here maternal grandfather. So Nana, Nani, our mother's parents. And when it comes to law, medical, pharma, chemicals, chemistry, these are all related to relief-giving professions. I will tell you one simple anecdote. Like you see, suppose a young lady, a young beautiful lady is married to a sadist husband. Daily the sadist husband, she is harassed by her sadist husband. Then what does she do? She will approach a lawyer. Then what does lawyer do? Lawyer files a suit against her husband, and by advocating in favor of her, lawyer tries to get a divorce from her husband for the native. So who pronounces this judgment, divorce? The judge. So here lawyer and judge, these two people play pivotal role here, instrumental. They are instrumental in giving relief from the sadist husband for the female native. So because they are pronouncing divorce. So the judge pronounces divorce, and the advocate advocates here, the lawyer advocates in favor of the native and tries to get divorce for her. So that's why here this is a relief giving profession. Relief means here freedom, and freedom is here from deliverance, moksha. Moksha means freedom, and freedom means relief giving. So these are all relief giving professions which are particularly law and lawyers and judge, public prosecutor, so civil lawyer or whatever lawyer he may be, criminal lawyer, whoever it may be. So law is ruled by Ketu. In the similar way, medicine. Suppose if we get, for example, there is throat infection, then what do? We consult a doctor first. What does the doctor do? He diagnoses and at the same time, he prescribes some medicine. Then what should we do? We should go to some pharmacist or chemist, and we should purchase the medicine prepared by the chemist. So here, after taking the medicine, we will get a relief from our pain. So how do we get relief from our pain? From the doctor and chemist. So here, doctor is prescribing medicine, the chemist is preparing and giving the medicine. So that's why chemistry, chemicals, medicine and doctors, these are all relief giving professions. So in the similar way, astrology, religion, occultism, these are also spirituality, philosophy and salvation, temple, endowment. These are also relief giving professions. How? For example, some client has come. So he has been suffering from around 20 years. He has been suffering from many problems. So he has financial problem and family problem and everything he is suffering. So then he says, sir, I have been suffering from many years. So I cannot survive. I want to commit suicide. So societal tendency, he has developed societal tendency because he has only he has come to a conclusion that he will never have fortune. But as an astrologer, first you should solace your client. You should give relief to your client by saying that you will get fortune after 5 months, 6 months or 1 year. Generally, when Gochara changes, definitely there will be good every six months or 1 year. So that's why definitely If anybody comes, you will have bright future after 6 months or 1 year. If you say, definitely after 1 year, he will get good opportunities. But here, he will postpone his idea of committing suicide first. His thinking process will be changed. So that's why, as an astrologer, we are also related to giving relief giving professions. Ours is also relief giving profession. Suppose even spirituality also. Suppose if you listen to the discourses of spiritual persons or any spiritual person, or you scriptures you read, if you go through the scriptures or Bhagavad Gita, suppose somebody dies in the family, all are here you see mourning for the deceased, the dead person. So they will have agony. So how they can get relief from their agony? Once they read Bhagavad Gita or any scripture. So generally, what is the concept of these scriptures and all these things? We will get self-realization. What is the realization? Generally, we are all, every man is subject to death. So death is inevitable. So only here we will stay here only on this earth only for some time only. Everybody is destined to die. Everybody is subject to die. So death is inevitable. And moreover, we are not body, we are souls. We are all the divine sparks of the supreme light. After death, the moksha we will get, whatever moksha we will get. Moksha means, so our souls will be here merged into the supreme light, the Almighty. So when we happen to learn these facts, then we will just get relieved from all our thoughts and feelings, and sooner or later we will also die. We are also supposed to die. So why should we weep? So the longer we stay here, so the better we continue to do certain good things, the positive things. So this is the concept we have to, and to live and let live must be our motto. So like this, we will develop some principles. So when we read, when we go through the scriptures or Bhagavad Gita or whatever it may be, we will get self-realization. We will get Atma Gnana, that is here the spirituality and occult sciences, astrology, all these are relief-giving professions. So temple-related, endowment means temple-related, and law, liars, litigation, obstacles. So Ketu has some special qualities like litigation, obstacles, obstruction, and dispute, and difference of opinion, and careless. Here I want to tell you one thing. Ketu is a planet of detachment. Suppose Sun and Ketu are together, we will be detached from our father. Moon and Ketu are together, we will be detached from our mother. And Mars and Ketu are together, if it is female native, the female native will be detached from her husband. She will get divorce or separation, or she will have disputes and dispenses with her husband. Suppose Mars is here, siblings, the native will have disputes with her siblings. And when it comes to Mercury, Mercury is here education. Mercury is here educational breaks. Mercury Ketu are together. And Mercury Ketu business partner. So disputes with business partner and litigation dispenses and obstacles for business. For the development of business, there will be always obstacles. And Mercury Ketu is land litigation. Mercury is land and Ketu is litigation. So like this, and when it comes to Jupiter, Jupiter plus Ketu, Jupiter is actually Guru. There may be deviation from the Guru and detached from Guru, or there will be disputes with Guru, or Jupiter is here, Guru, so Ketu is Vedic sciences. So he may get Vedic knowledge from Guru, and he will meet Guru and take Upadesha. So Jupiter Ketu is spirituality. And at the same time, Venus Ketu, Venus is wife. The native will be detached with the wife. he will have litigation, disturbance with wife and separation, divorce, and delay of marriage, disturbance regarding marriage. And at the same time, Venus is house vehicle, there will be property litigation. And when it comes to Saturn Ketu, Saturn is profession, so Ketu is breaks, so there will be always breaks in the profession. So like this, Ketu is connected to other planets, so there will be only detachment with the planet relative. So Ketu Sun, detachment with father. Ketu Moon, detachment with mother. Ketu Mars, detachment with the husband. Ketu Venus, detachment with wife. So like this, the native will get some disturbances and spiritual knowledge, salvation, saffron cloth, imprisonment, and hair, and Christianity. Ketu is a Christian planet, planet of Christianity, and foreign languages also like English, and lane, thread, chin, nerves, root, tile, small rope, court of the law, and entanglement in a web or net generally. Suppose Mercury is love and Ketu is entanglement in a web. Which web? Love web, love net. So that's why Mercury Ketu are together, the native definitely will fall in love. Whether it is materialized or not, we have to check Jupiter and Venus. That is a different story and a different topic we will discuss later. And here only love affair is there or not? Mercury Ketu love affair. And Mercury is, as we discussed earlier, relief giving professions like lawyer, judge, doctor, priest, fisherman, weaver, tailor, knitters, astrologer, occultist, and snake charmer, faith healer, pranic healer, and divine healer, preceptor, guru, hunter, beggar, sages, saints, yogis, siddhis, fakir, wiremen, and dealing with natural herbs or pottery, tiles, and bricks, manufacturing, and Tyler, and here fire manufacturing. Some wrong bodies here, some wrong bodies. So let us any manufacturing like cable manufacturing, and it will be cable manufacturing. Cable manufacturing and weavers, handloom, and power loom. Because weaver is here threads. Mercury is a thread, so Mercury is a rope, so thin ropes, and spinning mill, religious teachers, faith healing, and pranic healing related. So these are generally Ketu related professions. When it comes to health issues, nail, hair, beard, nerves, anus, penis, vagina, our private part related health problems. For example, Ketu is with Mars. Mars is heat governing planet and Ketu is near anus. So near anus, there will be fistula and hemorrhoids and piles the native may get. And Mars Ketu are together penis related, important or penis, these penis related, for example, foreskin problem, the native will have to undergo operation like Sunti, the custom which is practiced by Muslims. So such situations arise. And vagina, so the secret part of here women. So these related, these private part related problems, and hair falling, Mercury Ketu, and nail is here Mars Ketu, nail biting, and nail accident to nails. So nails may be broken. So these things generally Mars and Ketu are together. And when it comes to Vasthu, so somebody is calling you. So Ketu is here moksha. So it denotes the closure of karma, Ketu. That's why if Ketu, suppose somebody is calling Ketu, significations are around you, then you can predict that the native will die. So northeast, Brahmasthana, staircase, chimney, ventilator, skylight in the house, back exist, back door, chimney, ventilator, and padlock, narrow room, narrow lane, lanes, drains, ditches, sewage or dirty water, bathroom, and ant hills, thread, wire, rope, wick. And wick means this a deep wick. Deep, so we use wicks, cotton wicks to light deepa. And candle, strings, swinging, wagging, cradle, and a kind of sharp, straight, dried grass. So when it comes to swinging, wagging, suppose somebody has come and he is just wagging his, what is it called, his legs. So he is cross-legged and just he is moving his foot. So in front of you. So what does it mean? That is Ketu, swinging and wagging. So that's why you can predict that Ketu related. Suppose somebody says, sir, actually there is a problem, something happened, corruption or something in my office, and I am here, allegation, there is allegation on me. So will I be terminated or not? So he is sitting in front of you, he is just moving, he is wagging and swinging his foot, he crossed his leg, and he is resting, another leg on one leg, another leg is resting. So he is just wagging, swinging. So then you can predict. So Saturn is here leg and you are wagging it, you are swinging it. So that's why simply we can say the native will lose the job. So like this we have to give prediction. So this is actually intuition prediction based on BNN intuitional predictions. So only based on the Karakatwas we will predict, like Shekuna, like Omen, like Nimitta. But these are not Nimitta, these are not superstitions. These are the Karakatwas of the planets. So roots and herbs and chain, web, net, gutter, dried grass, and trunk of elephant, banyan tree, flax, chowl tree, hospital, prayer hall, root of trees, banyan tree, Ashoka tree, thatched grass, and vermilion and sindoor, and tails, and tail of snake, swing, wire, string, telephone, cradles, sewing machine, mud pots, tailor shop, saloon shop, electrical shop, pipelines, red lily, temple, church, mart, monastery, convents, hospitals, court, Lord Ganesha temple, and Brahma temple. So like this, if these are, suppose when we are giving prediction, if they are surrounding us, then we can say the native will have problem. Jail, graveyard, ant hills, and snake hole, tunnel, Vinayaka temple, Buddhist temple, church, Jain temples, hospitals, maternity ward. So these are all related to Ketu. And Ketu is here, Mercury, Venus, and Saturn are enemies. Mercury is actually Laukika Vidya and Ketu is Alaukika Vidya. So both are Vidya, education. So here, worldly knowledge Mercury gives and celestial knowledge is given by Ketu. And Mercury attaches you with the knowledge the native have. So, but here Mercury, Ketu generally detaches the native from all worldly things with its celestial knowledge, divine knowledge, and spiritual knowledge. And Venus is here, it is a planet of attachment. Ketu is a planet of detachment. Venus attaches you with riches, luxuries, wife, vehicle, house, and everything. And Ketu detaches you from everything. And Saturn is a planet of work governing planet. Ketu work renouncing planet. So Ketu does not work. It is a sannyasi. And Saturn is a work governing planet. So like this, so we have completed all 9 planets Karakatwas. So in our next class, we will discuss some topic like some yogas, the combination of planets. When we take the combination of planets like this, Jupiter, for example, Jupiter is with Sun, Jupiter is with Moon, then what combination and what yoga will be formed, we are going to discuss in our next class. So, anything you want to discuss with me now? Any doubt? Manojji?
Yes, sir. Nothing in particular, sir.
Okay, good. And what about
Yes, sir.
another?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will send you the video within today itself. Okay, good night, all of you.
Good night, sir. Good night, sir.